We started.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Gaming Dudes Podcast. I'm Bren.
I'm Spidey.
And we missed last week because our boy went on a trip here.
Yep, I went to a trip, like I said. It was a California trip. And it went well, shockingly, but I will never go back.
He's back.
I'm staying... yeah, that was...
Staying on the ground.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Continue with what you're going to say.
Today, we're reacting to Supercell's new RPG game, which I believe is going to be like a co-op as well, so I don't think it's just solo play. I don't really know anything about it, besides that I signed up for the beta. I immediately saw that the beta is going to be in the U.S., which never happens.
So you don't have to go through a VPN again? Tunnel your way
I think it's
through?
U.S. Yeah, exactly. Because I think it's U.S. only. And, what am I saying? Why is my brain not working? It's U.S. only and only on Android, which like never happens. So let's get into it.
Supercell's new MMO
This is OJ, by the way. I don't really care about. We'll hear if he says anything about it.
RPG.
Oh, so it is an MMORPG. Okay.
You want to be a hunter at Moko?
For sure. And it's not Clash. It's not the Clash of Universe, so.
Yeah, which is
Start
rare.
off with that.
What is that?
It's like a bat, kind of.
It's like a
Supercell on the left there. That's funny.
Yeah, it's me, Blue.
Yeah. Okay, so there's bows. That guy's got like
Oh,
really
a
cool
bow?
fist damage.
It kind of looks like a MOBA.
It does.
Yeah.
There's a lot of smashing in this. Like you dash too. I like that.
Smashing.
Is it like Brawl Stars where if I stop moving, then I heal?
I'm digging the
That's very sad.
interface, that's for sure.
Nope.
Looks
Did
like
you
he
know
has...
you can get
oh,
someone to shop for you?
Of course.
With Stitch Fix, it couldn't be easier. I share
Does
my
he have
style.
YouTube Red? Oh,
So I don't heal unless I activate my heal ability.
so it looks like there's a dash and a heal. And probably more abilities as you gain equipment, I bet.
I like that there's a
Combat's pretty smooth.
Oh my god, this is fun. It almost feels like DB's back. Well, it looks like we're still part of the tutorial. We gotta hunt 100 monsters. I wonder how many I can gather up.
This man chose to
Piss off all.
rip off the League of Legends interface.
Okay. They're all kind of gathering.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that
kind of
is
like his
cute.
camera being a circle like that, honestly.
And then when you charge at the bar,
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I know that's off topic, but it kind of looks cool.
Some nice masking there.
That's how old this guy is.
35.
Pretty good. He's I think he's 32. I think he's my age.
Oh,
But yeah.
you look younger than he does.
Wow. Thanks.
His face didn't age
I
as
really love
well.
the music in this. It's a 3D printer.
Okay. Hope that you're paying attention.
Love this tutorial system.
Smart firework. Okay, so there is more like gear you can bring.
That's a cool looking.
Ridiculous.
Look at that.
Yeah, the
Oh, we
model
can
looks
change
kind
gear
of
for
cool.
like that.
Dude.
Oh, firework isn't a weapon. I just replaced heal for. No, I didn't even replace heal for that. Okay.
Oh, big looks like a boss. Who is a boss? Okay, so there's bosses. That's
Oh,
cool.
actually, you know what this reminds me of? Oh,
Yeah, the
boy.
boss
Diablo.
monster's
Uh,
predictable.
Diablo and
Right,
Halo
you
Wars
gotta
2
hit
that also had bosses.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
It was a weird concept, my
the
man.
4 boss monsters. You can do that.
I need to
Go-
play
log
that
out, go
game,
for the beta registration.
even though it's
That was
terrible.
A lot of damage. Kind of like that. I feel like I should have saved those fireworks as like another boss. I just realized you can kind of see the boss on the minimap in the top right.
Huh, this is...
Forget these monsters.
Obviously, it's like pretty
Basic
bare
boss,
bones.
not bad, no
Yeah.
problems.
They
they're
just
not
announced it
beta
today,
launching this
and then people already have.
immediately. They're just testing it to see like why people want to play this game. Are people going to stick around?
I like the combat, personally.
He said he's beta.
Around?
He said they're
Be like beta
So they're
launching
beta-
this? Be basic boss.
said they're beta launching
Bad,
it
no
immediately.
complaints here. So they're not beta launching this immediately.
Oh, they're not. That's weird
They're
because
just
I
testing it to see like why people want to play this game. Are people going to stick
I heard
around?
they were like the end of this month. Maybe it's a closed beta. I don't know.
Well, you know what's funny about that?
What?
That's what a beta test is for. Is to test if it's good, if people like
that's
it.
kinda-
What is he talking about?
That's yeah. I don't know what he. I like
He-
OJ, but
Yeah.
that seemed.
Yeah.
I feel like when I
Zapping
read
box.
it was different.
No,
They were
he's-
saying like.
Stunned, so like a
He's
lightning
way
fly
off,
around.
dude.
Well, I think I read an article about it today, and
Yeah.
they were saying like, oh, we're releasing it in the beta like
Yeah.
New shrine location.
immediately.
He misspoke for sure.
You got 2 missions. I can
He
do
sure
that.
is picking stuff a
Oh
lot.
yeah, you got the
I
quest.
can't even like look at what the menus are saying.
Fast, just going. Can't see the UI.
New shrine location.
What did that say? What did that say there? Okay, so that's overgrown ruins. So there's different areas: forest, barracks. Oh, it looks like there's straight up raids. That's kind of cool. So it's probably like,
The old Pokemons.
yep, it's a lot harder. What was that? Saying the type of monster? Man, he's going so fast. Like, why? If you're filming a video,
Yeah, if you're doing
some rewards materials so you can craft.
if you're trying to show the development of something off, you probably shouldn't be flipping
You got 2
through it.
missions. I can do that. Oh yeah, you got the quest. Kill 30 grunts and hunter slashers. Oh, the zap in the box hurt one.
Thanks, OJ, for
There's a shrine dancer.
just talking to yourself, pretty much.
He's like, blah, 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 blah. He's gotta fill dead air. He's gotta fill dead
That's one thing
air.
I hate about doing content by
Oh,
yourself.
that's a
is doing-
slasher. That's
Oh, yeah,
a
it's-
slasher. I'm gonna shoot my fireworks at it.
It's
I could actually die.
yeah, it's
That is
unless you've
spoiled.
scripted something, it's terrible.
Slashers
It's
kinda-
literally
I can start
terrible.
Dodging. Oh my god. Wait, who healed me?
Especially if you're doing gameplay, it's awful.
We finished both quests. We're level 2.
That bat is huge.
Yeah. Well, you got a new outfit?
My bad.
Wonder if the clothes probably do something
8
too.
to
I guess.
124.
It'll just be like Sea of Thieves where
someone
they
doesn't
don't
cost
do
anything.
anything.
I thought it costed
could
plus
be.
25, whatever that was.
I
It gives you
doubt it, but-
25
That'd be funny though.
of that, which is experience.
I wonder.
More gear, what gear? Oh my god, you can change outfits. Okay.
Oh, you can change your hair and everything. Cool, classic. Classic Supercell.
What do I want? So you can pre-register for this beta. You'll be notified when it is. I like that she's got different colored boots on. This is the one. Anything else you can do in this room?
Like he's so quickly.
Flipping through everything.
Also, he's so quickly. He like mentioned the beta. You can start with the beta, blah, 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 then he's like, stop talking about it.
Grenadiers, shrine protectors. Wait, did
So
that dash deal damage? Hold up. No, it didn't. It's in my head. So it seems like it's like a non-linear
this is,
MMO.
this is like
Okay.
a really
Level 3 with
chaotic.
box, 360 wave.
In
Video.
Albion, no matter where you go or what you do,
He's not
your
doing
mouth
very
will
well
accompany you
explaining
on your
anything.
journey.
No,
You just put a video out to just put it
Techno
out.
fist.
he's gotta hit the trend, dude. Gotta hit that.
There's not enough gear.
New weapon.
Look at that.
Oh, you gotta collect these things to level them up. Okay.
Obviously.
Sure, we're putting on the techno.
Gotta collect these things to level him up.
Okay, new.
I can equip. Wow.
This is nice. I can actually
There's
see
different builds
new.
you can do. You can change class based on your weapon and your builds. Kairos guarantees speaking out on this. KT right now already released a video. I recommend this build. It has the highest amount of DPS in conjunction with your
Making fun of this other content creator who actually does in-depth videos on stuff.
and a splash.
Doesn't just play a game. And then go.
Okay, we got a hunted jumper.
Oh, so it has range. Oh, it does have range. That's kind of cool.
What is a boombox? Oh, yeah, boombox. Like
Oh.
Nova. Oh, look at that. My fists are kind of ranged.
Say, so you add
damage.
gear and then you can do like special moves. That's
73.
kind of
What
cool.
about up close? Nope. Turns out I'm fully ranged. All right, good to know. And it kind of splashes. I like that. It's my new favorite weapon. That's my only weapon.
Dude.
This game's great. Jumpers too close. And
This
stuff
game's
with the
great.
boom, do
It's
that,
just
and
like-
heal up. Oh, I can dash backwards too.
I don't
Where'd you get
understand.
dash backwards?
Yeah, no,
Dude,
dash backwards?
Jump heal.
Never seen it. Guess what? Almost every modern game has dashing. Literally.
Oh wow, we're level 4 already. Oh, that juggler is sick. Why am I dealing no damage?
Why am I dealing no damage, dude? Probably because you just started the
That juggler
game?
is not going down.
You
I
wanna...
hope it's hard. I do hope
Yeah, what is he talking about? Why am I doing no damage, bro?
One laser one. We need you. You, you're blue. But I
So-
don't know why did he teleport. I don't like that. I don't know who one laser one is, but
He's
he's
getting
going
new
off
gear.
and dealing with a ton of damage.
Oh, wow, dude, those other players are destroying.
We've needed an MMO for years. The mechanics feel very Supercell. There's the dash, the heal. Okay, there's another juggler. Do we engage again?
Okay.
I'm scared. Do I escape
This
from the juggler?
guy...
He's storming. Why is he so much stronger than me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
These
Oh,
mechanics
he just wanted it.
feel very
We're
Supercell.
now level
It's like,
4. New location.
It's like he wanted to get a video out as fast as possible.
yep, he didn't
that.
actually care. You're telling me he
There's
didn't
different
care?
materials you can collect. There's crack materials. Monster taser.
A YouTuber
Really
doesn't
big
care?
extent to non-boss. Vampire teeth. Straightforward. I'm guessing when you get hit, you heal. I
Vampire
already
teeth?
know that we're gonna need this. Plus 16 health per a 71 DPS, 142 DPS. It's the badass strong. With the splash stuff. Zap in a box? No, that's lame. We're doing vampire teeth. So we know what boombox does. Let's equip monster taser. Wait, with vampire teeth. we don't
Weird.
need
This
the
game
heal.
feels very veily. This game feels very.
That's gonna be a highlight. I'm gonna zoom in on your face when you say that. I'm going to for sure.
I am front loading these gloves.
It's gonna be. It seems
We'll keep it
pretty
level.
polished for being.
Yeah.
Chill.
Barely-
What is the boombox?
barely even
There's
a-
boombox.
Oh, especially, I'll say Supercell is a full team, so that's one thing I'll give them. Having a full
Yeah,
team
Vampire Teeth,
definitely
that's
helps. I know that's obvious, but it does.
I
So they
don't like
definitely
how.
have unique, like more
Thank
unique.
you. That.
Yes, okay, so we're seeing different types of monsters.
Oh my God, we're back. I didn't die. All right. So this is just the beta. I think for the future they want to add more social features, PvP,
Oh,
customized content like your
PvP
apartment,
would be sick.
more content for weapons.
this is a
gadgets,
game
games,
I'd want to play
world.
PvP
This
in.
is a refreshing pace.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah,
stream this
this
for
would
a
actually
long
be fun.
time. Okay. Now without the internet freaking disconnecting from the hotel Wi-Fi.
Why are you playing
Who's
with
that?
Hotel?
No.
Alarm bell, what it really does when you actually knock it out.
Use 5G.
Honestly, you would be better off.
Yeah, what hotel Wi-Fi? What's
Scavenger.
going on, man? Slumming it.
I didn't think about that. That's a really good point, though.
You're really slumming
Really
it.
Very strange that it is. Yeah.
Be happy
that's
that
one
it's
scavenger.
even working.
You kind of see in the mini map when they're
I couldn't even render. I couldn't even have a video loaded HD.
Blueprint. We love these. They're like random.
It would
drops.
take forever.
Which blueprint did we get? Smelly socks. So it's like a poison.
Smelly socks.
Yeah. That,
All right, we're
oh gosh.
using the chaos cube.
Is this Battle for
More
Bikini
DPS.
Bottom? Patrick Socks.
Dave, that means we need
Seriously,
heal
dude.
back there.
Wow, good
Monster
reference.
taser
Yeah.
is like single target.
This is,
But heal back there. Hunt for the blueprints. And Black Forest.
There's.
Dead End,
I'll say
CLS.
a lot better than I
Single
thought
or
it was gonna
smelly
look.
socks.
I like that he's at least showing us different types of gear.
No, this
Love to
definitely.
make cards, releasing that fireball. That's slick. Looks like there's no more daily quests, but
Dude.
I can still farm. Is that heavy spitter gonna give me some XP? I'm so close. 430.
Well, the combat looks real smooth.
What is a reboot?
Like
That's
real
what I'm saying. It
smooth.
runs really
It's
smooth for
It's
being
just-
a game that they.
Well, also the
Just
speed,
an action.
the speed of the animations and stuff, and the way they like line up with the
That's
attacks, real smooth.
Supercell needed to release something like this. This needs to go global. I don't know if it's my day one excitement, Is that a blueprint? Please tell me the blueprint.
He's saying
Where
go
else?
global. He wants it
Forget
to go
these
global
random- what's the
immediately.
blueprint? I need it.
I want it to go global.
Really only gained 5 experience.
Bro, you
Supercell's
going nuts.
picky about their
Oh, there's
games
nice
though,
little
dude. They do
stats
not.
there.
They've
Pistol,
canned
58,
some good
Fireworks
games.
17.
That's true.
They almost canned Brawl Stars, dude.
Really?
That.
Yeah, there's a
This one's the one that
Brawl,
someone's need is bear. It's not good.
Brawl Stars was originally played like vertical, like this,
Oh.
and then they
So you can farm stuff,
they got
pick
rid
up
of it.
stuff, and then
They
upgrade things.
canned it. People thought it was
We're now
gone,
level
and
6.
they re-released
Well, that
it
is
as
a
a
lot of
horizontal
quests.
gameplay, and that's the Brawl
And
Stars.
slashers, jumpers.
Oh, why'd they
with the
start out
water-
horizontal?
Don't actually have to use all of them. Do the
And
roll
vertical.
stick,
Vertical, I
your
mean,
weapon
yeah.
skill, you
Up and
your
down.
pets, and then
You would,
long range.
I should show you footage from
Where's
it.
my
It
bear
looks
boy?
so different.
There's my
It
bear.
wasn't 3D really.
And this guy.
They canned that, but I mean, dude, we should go through the amount of
Okay, vampire
games
keeps
Supercell's
kinda
canned is
useful here.
absurd.
I feel like the punching glove is best.
What
I
is.
feel like the bat would have the highest.
Basically, if it's not up to their like really good standard, because Clash Mini is a
And then it
one. I think
stops
is a
when it
wonderful
reaches
game,
its charge. Okay.
and we still
Well,
don't even
there's
know
a
if that's gonna go global or not.
I take on this executioner.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe.
I've grinded it, dude. I've been top
Yeah, that's
1,000.
when
I
the
think I've
dash
been
comes in
top
handy. I like that.
200
I'll purposely
on the-
die after it
on the
gets
Your,
server I
your
was on
favorite's Marvel
all the
Snap,
players.
dude.
Vampire Teeth with
Marvel
Ghost.
Snap.
I think that's the play. I don't know. Maybe
I love
we all
Marvel
have different
Snap.
playstyles.
I've
I
heard.
do love Marvel
I've
Snap.
heard
15
so
second
many
respawn.
people dissing that game, man. I
died
don't know
from
why.
science.
Really? Who?
Yeah, dude. I forget who it was,
Oh,
but
you
I've heard
respawned.
some YouTubers diss it.
Okay. Well, you can open
I
up the
love
map.
Marvel
Oh,
Snap.
for sure that 10th chest is either in the
I
middle
got
or the
to
right
pretty
side.
much the
Check
highest
out
rank in that
Modoc,
game,
go for
too.
the beta registration.
What the heck is this
Highest
music?
rank, not top of the server, but
Dude, Castles of Sin sounds great. Okay, so
that was the end.
I got my. That was a terrible. That was.
What is this?
Oh,
Butt
that.
cheeks.
Yeah, that's because that's. I know what game that is. It's the Spider-Man game with the. At the beginning, you see him in his undies. Peter Parker. He's like at his apartment. He's at his apartment getting suited up in his little Spidey undies.
Dude, I gotta see if I can find Brawl Stars like original footage,
So
so you can.
I thought the game was interesting. Let's
Yeah, what do
just
you
say it was. I think the combat looks smooth. Reminds me of League. It's very snappy. I like snappy combat. I don't because there's some combat that feels kind of sluggish, slow. But I think this one is pretty snappy. It's quick. Like the combos aren't that long.
Yeah,
They don't take forever to freaking get into.
it doesn't look too complicated,
No.
but it also looks complicated enough. And if they had PvP, it seems like, from how smooth it was going, it seems like PvP could be like really cool.
What's up, boys? It's Common Kari. I show you the first 3 brawls I played in Brawl Stars.
Where do you see that?
K-Man Kari.
Oh, right
or
here.
whatever.
Dude, this is the original foot. Look at this. This is what it was originally. Or got canned.
Look at that. I'm sure someone's like, I like old Brawl Stars. Looks kind of like
So it's like fairly similar. The graphics are worse. Like look at the bush graph. Like things are like worse looking. I mean, it's literally vertical.
I will say one thing though.
How did it even shoot? Do you have to tap on the actual player?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like you're not even aiming. You're just. Oh yeah. So it really looks like he's like. Okay, so you can't aim. I don't know how he's doing it. Anyway, this is what it used to be.
I will say one
And they
thing.
can't. What?
I can. It's it's definitely not as good as it is now, but conceptually, Minus that screen being like
Like
that.
they basically had it.
They
That was
had
worse than-
they had their idea. Like they had their idea. It's I've seen plenty of freaking games that were at an early phase and sucked. Look at the freaking new Battlefronts, dude. That was the worst launch for any game ever. Period.
Gosh, dude.
Terrible launch. You basically couldn't even play the dang game. You had barely any characters. Terrible. That was bad. If you want to talk about bad games at launch, those are perfect examples.
Supercell is super dead.
Look at this guy's face. Below that, he looks.
This is that guy whose channel I was talking about.
What the heck? He's like, gotta do the YouTube face, dude.
I'm trying to find like a video of just all the footage.
Cause, all right, let's see. We got every game Supercell killed.
It's like, but I don't want to hear.
When there's
like,
nothing
comment.
holding you back,
Just
what
mute
would
it.
your thing
That's what
be?
I'd do.
I don't care if it's on a
Study
little bit. I
materials
just don't want it to
leaving
be
you
like
stuck
super
and
loud.
confused.
Yeah.
I just
Chegg has
curious
what you need
because
with
like they've
expert
had
help.
these
years
are all
ago-
games that they got rid of.
I made a video called the Supercell Graveyard where we went over some Supercell games that had been shut down. And I say some because Supercell hasn't revealed them all. We have no idea how many games they've killed. We do know that 6 years ago, they claimed that number was 14. But that was
Wow.
6 years ago. That
14
number has
games.
probably...
Yeah,
doubled.
welcome to my world,
Since
killing
my original
55
video,
prototypes.
4 more games have been killed. So today, due to popular requests, we're going to be
Supercell,
updating that list.
Yeah, dude, I should
Here
work
is
there.
every
Oh,
Supercell
no.
game killed that we know.
No.
Gunshine.net.
Hey, who's this
Gunshine
dork?
was Supercell's first project, and it's quite interesting. It was a
Supercell's
MMORPG
first
that
project.
you played through your computer browser. Now,
Oh, it was
the
a
reason for this is
computer
Supercell's
browser.
vision
Oh,
was to
dude.
create a
Super-
cross-platform gaming service where you'd eventually be able to not only play on your computer, but your phone and tablet. The
Hmm.
first obvious choice to launch this game on was in the most popular site at the time.
You know,
Facebook.
that doesn't
The game
look
would enter
terrible.
its private beta in February of
It
2011.
doesn't look
No,
bad.
actually,
It's kinda cool.
I would
Also
play
working
that
on the
game.
mobile version. Now the game was pretty typical.
Looks
It had a
kinda like
story, and you go through
Fallout, sort
levels,
of.
completing
Like old
tasks, collecting
Fallouts,
loot,
kind of.
crafting, killing
It
enemies,
does.
bosses,
Old
customizing
Fa-
your
yeah,
character. For its
the
time, I'm sure
top-down
it was a fun
Fallouts, yeah.
MMORPG. A
That was
few
pretty
months
fun.
after private
Those were
beta,
fun.
it would go into public beta, and eventually the name was changed to Zombies Online. But after a year and a half, the game was officially
Oh,
shut
come
down
on.
on November 30th.
A year and a half?
2012. Developers explained that
Didn't
there
even look
were
bad.
3 main reasons.
What are you
Players were
talking
getting bored, the game was hard to get into, and the mobile version
Oh,
wasn't
brother.
quite going the way they expected it to.
No
During
doubt.
this time is when
was
Supercell shifted their
2012.
focus from this whole cross-platform thing to
Yeah, they were like ahead of the
exclusively
game.
mobile
Yeah,
gaming.
that would have been awesome.
Magic. We don't really have much information on Magic, but we do know that this was a game Supercell was really excited about. But because Magic was a Facebook game being developed during the time Gunshine was, development for it was stopped immediately after Gunshine shut down. This
Why
game
would
was
you do
worked
that
on
at the
for
same
6
time
months
as
by 5
Gunshine?
developers, and
No,
after
duh, that
killing
would
the project,
fail.
those 5 developers would end up working on another
You don't work
project
on 2
called
projects at the same
Magic.
time.
Yes, it's the same name. It's confusing, but this new Magic game was different. It ended up becoming Clash of Clans. This may give us a hint on what the
Oh.
original Magic was supposed to be.
Why would
a
you make
Clash of
2
Clans
games
type
at the
of game
same
for
time?
PC, but I guess we'll never know. Let me know what you guys think down below what the original game could have been. Pets versus Orcs. Supercell's
confusing.
first mobile game launched in January 27th, 2012. This game was similar to Clash of Clans, where you build and defend your own town. In your town, there was a market where you could buy items to defend your town from orcs. You could own pets as well. To sum it up, the goal of the game was to train your pets to attack orcs.
looks-
Hence the name Pets
actually,
versus Orcs.
uh,
It looked like a
Doesn't
sweet
look
game and
terrible
it had a lot of potential, but it was
Uh,
killed off early.
I
as the
kinda-
game
I'm
wasn't
digging it,
exactly
man.
what the team imagined it to be.
Kind of digging
As
it.
quoted by the CEO,
It's real
if it starts
simplistic,
to
but
feel like the game isn't going to work or isn't fun enough, it's usually a sign that you should have already killed it. Shortly after, the game was pulled from the App Store sometime in February. Yes, the game was only available for 1 month. Tower. This is the second and last game that we don't have gameplay for, but we do know that it existed and the game was killed in the spring of 2012. One interesting piece of information, though, and the reason why I mentioned it to begin with, is Supercell confirmed that Clash Royale was based off a previous project.
Why did he put up like a butt emoji?
Now, this is just speculation. This is based on the reason why I mentioned it to begin with, is
like, why would you?
Supercell confirmed that Clash Royale was
like, dude, why are you flashing pictures for every time you talk?
This is just like Clash Royale based off a previous project that they had.
Actually, it does. Yeah, I saw you guys. I used to watch your streams.
But Tower might have been a
moderate
very
the
early
channel
version of Clash Royale. I don't know. The name Tower just kind of reminded me of Clash Royale, probably because you're trying to take towers down. But I could be wrong.
Dude, anyway, why are you showing so many pictures?
Another game launched in 2012.
So cringe.
Battle Buddies was a player versus player tactical shooting game. It was soft launched before Clash of Clans in heyday on the 31st of March for iOS and only in Canada. For some reason, I remember this game being out in 2014, but maybe I'm crazy. So the game was fairly simple. It was turn-based, so when in a match, you would take turns moving your characters or doing different actions,
so it's
such
XCOM,
as shooting,
basically.
Collecting loot. You had sort of
cool.
a vision area where enemies in that area were visible.
I actually kind of like
XCOM. Team could do
XCOM.
the same thing as well. In single player, you controlled a team of 5 buddies over a variety of maps, defeating enemies, strategizing the amount of energy you used. There was also a shop to buy a handful of items and a skill system that helped you unlock more weapons and such. Overall, the game looked fun. The graphics were very different from the usual Supercell game. Matter of fact, it doesn't even look like a Supercell game.
It looks like a Supercell game. What are you talking about?
It never moved out of beta, so it never Spooky Pop, released in December of 2015. Spooky Pop in its core was a puzzle game like Candy Crush, except in this game, matching the color boxes successfully would do an action. In this case, was kill an enemy or finish the wave. There isn't much to say about Spooky Pop. Supercell wanted to work on a game in the likes of other popular puzzle games at the time, but ended up killing it, fearing it would be a failure. On September 9th, 2015, the app was removed from the App Store, and people who still had the game could still play it until March 10th. That is when these servers went offline and you could no longer play. I think the issue with Spooky Pop was just trying to enter a genre that was already dominated by other games. And this wasn't the first game to put its twist on the classic Match 3 games. Like Battle Buddies, there just wasn't enough interest in the game to keep moving forward. Smash Land.
And they're also
shortly after Spooky Pop was killed, another game soft
I'll go play regular Tetris
in Canada and Australia called Smash Land. It was a game in which you bounced off walls and obstacles to hit your opponents. When you killed an opponent, you got XP so you could level up. The goal was to find and collect lost heroes and search the world for treasure. Join teams, battle against others, and make some enemies.
That looks bad.
The game was rather fun. In fact, it got so much attention from YouTubers. But just because a game has the name Supercell on it doesn't mean it's going to be the next big thing. There were a lot of games like this at the time, and people were probably bored of it. Or perhaps there were better ones. On July 1st of 2015, Supercell announced that it would end the development of Smash Land. And on September 1st, the server shut down. But one good thing came out of all of this. On August 2022, Darian would say the following. It was the killing of Smash Land that enabled Clash Royale's growth. Rush Wars. After 4 years of no new games, Rush Wars was announced on August 26, 2019 and available in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. I was fortunate enough to participate in the launch of the game. I was flown out to Helsinki where I got to try
Oh, you were flown out to Helsinki.
Team. It was pretty cool. Wars was a game described by a few developers as a mix of all Supercell games combined. Kind of. You would build up a squad to raid enemy
gold
that
looks amazing.
Fighting wars, boxes to unlock more troops.
Dude, why would you not release this game?
Go mine and discover new maps. But that wasn't enough. On November 5th, 2019, only
that would have been one of their best games.
The game would no longer be continued, and it was shut down on November 30th. The reason for this was rather different from other Supercell games that were killed. This time, it wasn't necessarily about the numbers, but they had taken into consideration a lot of community feedback. Players thought the game felt too repetitive, and after a few changes they made, they felt as though those changes weren't enough for the long term, nor did they change up the game as a whole. And
That
I
looks
agree. I
pretty
think the
cool.
whole
What?
strategy
Yeah,
was
what are you talking
pretty
about? Change up the
bland
game.
and
That's what I'm
destined to
saying.
become
That's
irrelevant
what I'm
at
saying.
some
They're like
point.
really picky
So,
about
yeah,
games.
nonetheless,
Why
it was a
does he
fun
keep
game.
showing
Heyday
that?
Pop. If you've ever played games like Gardenscape or Farmscape, Heyday Pop was essentially that, but in the Heyday world. Unlike Spooky Pop or Smashland, where the puzzle was the game, in Heyday Pop, the Match 3 puzzle was a part of the game. You basically completed levels, and in doing so, you got resources that allow you to build up your farm. So basically, in order to build a big farm, you had to play these
Farmville
puzzles.
with
It
like
was a nice
Tetris.
kind of
strategy,
puzzle
but
games like
I think
that,
this game had
honestly.
the same issue
Yeah.
as other killed games, especially Spooky Pop and Smashland. Even though it was fun, it was entering a genre that was already dominated and
Yeah, it's got a
saturated.
behemoth in
And
it.
Supercell failed to bring in new players to try Heyday Pop. On November 30th, 2020, it was announced
they
that the
clearly
servers would
thrive
be
when they
shutting
make their
down
own
on
thing.
February 1st,
Clash of
2021.
Clans,
Clash
Clash
Quest.
Royale.
Soft launched in April 2021.
This I remember, dude.
Clash
I didn't play this, but it looked.
Quest was set in the Clash world. You basically played these levels where there were
Dude, this got killed so fast.
predetermined defenses and enemies you had to defeat with your set of troops. You didn't have an unlimited amount of troops though, so you had to strategize this.
I think this
carefully.
looks cool.
Now, I
don't know what
never
they're
tried
talking
this
about.
game, so sorry if I'm doing a terrible job at explaining this for those who did play, but I hope the game
You're not
makes
explaining
more
it
of
at
a
all.
In June 2022, though,
You
the
just
game
said
was
this is a game.
entirely, but it seems
Yeah, I
like
remember
after
they
the
revamped
rework, the number of players was still rather low, and the
Yeah,
retention
they
rate
reworked
was
the game.
small.
I didn't
And
play it,
aside
but I
from that, there
remember
were other
it looks cool.
factors that didn't allow this game to grow. In August of 2022,
really
they
get it.
announced the servers would be shutting down in September
Don't-
28.
So,
Everdell. So, fun fact about Everdell, it was
But this Everdale is literally Clash of Clans without the fighting. Just the village.
originally released as Valleys
Why?
and Villages from a developer called
Why would you
Osmium
want
Interactive.
that?
But in August of 2021, it was revealed that Osmium Interactive was actually Supercell all along, and they did this to gather feedback from players who actually wanted to play, rather than just playing a game because it was made by Supercell. This game was
Smart.
different, was peaceful. It had a lot of elements from Heyday and Clash of Clans, but still unique.
That looks
you
so
harvest
dumb.
resources, sell them, build your village, and trade with other
like a-
villages. I actually got
Building up your
addicted to
village
this
in
for a little
Clash is
bit.
fun. but the
Sadly,
best part
over
is
a year
fighting,
later,
raiding,
on
and
October
looting in
3rd,
the back.
2022, they announced that these servers would shut down. On
They're like, oh,
the
we.
game faced the same issues
That
as
died
almost
fast,
every
dude.
game on
Everdale
this
died
list.
fast.
Boom Beach Frontlines. Okay,
Dude, this game I was excited about. and
Oh,
I
dude,
think I played
yeah.
it for a little bit.
That looks like Advanced Wars, dude.
It's literally like Brawl Stars, but like advanced.
made by
Wars.
Supercell.
That's amazing.
It's actually
I would
developed by
totally play
Space
that.
Games, but Supercell owns the majority of Space Save, and even though they remain as an independent company, it's pretty clear Supercell has its hand in there somehow. Also, Frontline uses Supercell ID, and the statement release of the game's shutdown was very, very similar to what Supercell would say. Anyways, Frontlines, released in October 2021,
This looks
was set
really
in
fun.
the Boom Beach world.
I
It was a
remember
strategic
playing.
9v9 multiplayer game where you do various tasks, like
Yeah.
securing an area, for example. There was a lot of
No, it looks
characters,
amazing.
vehicles, really cool game. It was pretty fun, and at one point I even bought the season pass for it. The game had a lot of potential, but unfortunately, it sings the same song as every kill game on
Yeah.
this list.
Yep.
On
Yeah,
November
really.
28, 2022, just
I played
yesterday
that.
when I'm
That game
recording
was
this
really
video,
fun, too.
it was announced that the servers would shut down on January 16th. You can still play this game in specific countries, but it's the latest game that will eventually shut down. At the moment, there is one more game that is still in its soft launch stage,
What I'm
Clash
talking
Mini.
about.
We don't
game's
exactly
freaking
know what will happen with Clash Mini, but so far, the game seems alive and well. There is also Clash Heroes that has
This is interesting because Clash Heroes, what we just saw, that game we just watched the video for,
Yeah, yeah.
like Monster Hunting one. Clash Heroes, I feel like that's what they changed Clash Heroes to that because they basically had the same game, but it was in the Clash universe. And it seems like they just made it.
has
Watch, you'll
not
see.
posted
It's
any
like it looks
update in
so
over a
similar,
year.
just
What the
Clash
hell?
instead of.
I really hope Clash Heroes had at least
Wow.
Is it not? It's like the same.
It's literally the same. They had more leaguish health bars and more Clash looking.
But it's like the same type of game.
soft launch
It's
because
literally
it
like the
looks
same
pretty
type of game,
badass. But I guess we'll have to wait. That wraps up this list, though. That is pretty
Okay,
much
so-
every Supercell game that we know of that was
All right, so I feel like that brings up something interesting, because it's funny because none of those games looked that bad. What I find fascinating is why would you cancel so many of those games when they look so good? It's like you have the things done, the game's done. You just add updates to it. That's like the easiest phase. Making the game's the hard part. Not sitting here and be like, oh crap, we gotta update it. What?
Like enough money? Like what's the
goal here?
Like there's clearly enough interest in it. Like I feel like here's the thing. I feel like if any other developer made that was like a no-name developer or like a new developer, they would be like, oh, our game's a hit.
Yeah.
But because Supercell and if their numbers don't hit what they want, they're like, oh.
Also, who freaking cares? This guy's bringing up, oh, they copied stuff all the time. Who cares if they copy stuff? If they can make it better and innovate with an idea that they copy, let them copy. I think that's better, in my opinion. It avoids making a bad game genre if you choose one that's established and fun to play.
I agree.
Like, you can't just pick.
So they're like, oh, these aren't good enough for my
feel
game.
better.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So this is the game one of the games I was most excited about that they had, and then they basically said they weren't developing anymore, and then they said that they still have people working on it. But now I'm starting to think that one that we saw, you'll just look at the but it's like Clash of the Music sounds great.
Oh, sweet. Looks great, in my opinion.
The music sounds so good. I almost feel like this seems better than...
Yeah, I feel like the art style, even the art style, man, I would have stuck with it. I kind of
agree.
Actually, yeah, that's a bummer. It's so much smoother, the gameplay. Look at that. Combos are way smoother.
Yeah.
Forget what I said before. They look stiff. Like, this looks way...
So I'm wondering if, like, that is their replacement. They just, like, basically kept the same concept and just made a whole new IP. Instead of using, like, their Clash.
Dude, this looks better. That's what's so funny about it. Yeah. Why switch?
This was the game that people were most excited about by far. Like when they released Clash Mini in this game, I was excited for Clash Mini, but
why cancel it?
I don't know if it's canceled because recently someone said that they were going to be developers on it. I'm just making an assumption that game we saw is what they decided to do instead of.
I'm just saying, what are their explanation? Why would you have two of the same type of game?
Yeah, I think I'm right, but. Oh, so if a character dies, you switch to a different.
Nice, you got like a little party system. That looks... No, this looks phenomenal.
Co-op? It might be. It's kind of hard, actually.
Yeah. What the heck?
So you get to be the wizard. That's super cool.
That guy was terrible.
He was struggling.
Yeah.
So then it looks like you go back to your journey fail. Your little like adventure cart.
Journey fail. That's bad English.
You can upgrade your heroes too. That's cool.
Journey fail.
Oh, it looks like there's more than just 3 too, because it looks like you can equip different heroes. Oh, you can equip rooms. That's interesting.
It's unfortunate that it's an unfortunate loss, I'll say. Unfortunate loss.
Looks like, yeah, this looks already pretty in depth, pretty cool.
I
Oh, we got to see. So yeah,
I have a theory.
I mean,
What if the people who are making the other one, notice this is way more professional looking. Like the other one kind of feels like a really tech demo-y, if you catch my drift. I know it's a beta, but a lot of times you don't want to be tech demo looking when you're making something. That's kind of a bad sign.
I think it looks fairly polished for like us. We literally just heard about it today. I
True.
think, from...
It's just like, how do you go from this to that though? That's my question. Was there a new team working on it? Were they less experienced? Like, it's not that it looks bad, but it looks less polished than this. Like, this looks polished. This looks like smooth. The idea looks well thought out. The user interface looks better. The freaking.
Am I streaming or am I sharing my screen?
If you're streaming, that would be hilarious.
I think it's just sharing my screen, but it says go live right here.
But it's just, what I'm saying is if you're gonna make a game like that and put so much work into it and take a beloved IP and put it on there, and not only that, you polish the crap out of it. They polished that like crazy. That looked like, in my opinion, that looked like something you could see on a computer or on like a console.
Yeah, like almost releasable. Like basically, it's like
why scrap all that? That's such a waste of time, in my opinion.
We haven't heard any. We don't know if they scrapped it, but it's like we basically haven't heard. But like you were saying is exactly what I assumed. Where it's like, why would they make two games that were the same similar thing?
No, that makes no sense. Dude, Clash Heroes would turkey slap the other game. That's just the truth, dude. If you released it, because the Clash brand is known for being so, high quality, having such like smooth gameplay, smooth animations, a nice look, a nice soundtrack. But then this other game comes out and it looks like an indie game. Like, it does look like an indie game in comparison. Not that it looks bad, but it just doesn't look as good as the Clash Heroes.
I think part of it's just because also we're like not used to them having a different graphical style like that.
And think about that from a developmental,
different for them, kind of anime.
Yeah,
sort of.
I just feel like they picked a weird style, in my opinion. It's like you don't have to do Clash, but I feel like it could use some polishing a little bit, like polish it a little bit, add some lighting effects or something.
I like when they do Clash, so I think it's interesting they want to not do that. But I get companies want to branch out and do whatever. But
the questionable part is, it's like, dude, so imagine this. So I make a game, I got all the programming and all that jazz. Let's say I made a game, I'm in their position. Fully finished game, fully polished, ready for release. And then I start another one that's almost exactly the same and restart from the ground up.
Yeah, like I said, we haven't heard anything about that. And like literally, they announced like that game today, I'm pretty sure. Like they said,
that's such a stupid, like, in my opinion, that's just such a dumb idea. Why would you release? Why would you have a game that has the same type of gameplay, scrap the other one, like we're saying, theoretically, and then make another game with the same form of gameplay? That makes no sense to me. That's such a backwards decision, business-wise, just because you want an IP. Like, there's no way they reuse the code. It doesn't look as smooth as the other one, as Clash Heroes. Clash Heroes looks way smoother. So clearly they reprogrammed it. And it's like, dude, why would you do that? You have a perfect engine. Why would you reprogram it? Why reinvent the wheel? Like, that's so frustrating for me from a developmental standpoint. It just seems so backwards. You're wasting resources and time.
Yes.
In a climate where the economy ain't doing so good, so freaking don't do that, okay? Like be smart about this.
Yes, I agree, and I think this is an interesting move because Like I said, dude, I saw it on their Twitter today, and I was like, what? At least it was the first that I've ever heard of it. Let me see. Let me check the actual.
Like that is an odd.
Yeah, dude, I'm serious. It literally.
That is an odd decision.
I'm serious. Out of nowhere, it was like this. Literally, like they showed stuff today, like today. It was out of freaking nowhere. Like, look, I gotta share this again. Hopefully, I'm not freaking streaming.
That'd be hilarious if we were.
Okay, I don't think I'm actually. I don't know. Anyway, look. So, this is their page. No posts. It's just the one post earlier to this morning. Like yesterday, a little bit. Like, didn't exist. And then Supercell tweeted about it. Has never said anything about it until the other day. Like, it's like, oh, here's some like Supercell stuff. It's like, oh, all of a sudden, out of nowhere. Oh, by the way, we have a game that's like. Dropped it out of nowhere. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's. They had no trailer or anything. They just jumped to putting the game up there, and I kind of like that because I don't need to see some silly trailer.
Sure.
Just show me the dang game. I don't need a cinematic trailer. Those are lame. They don't show gameplay. But like I was saying, like there's pros and cons here because we may have just missed out on a really good game for a game that could be worse. Yeah. So it's so bizarre.
Yeah, very good point, dude.
And this isn't some indie developer switching ideas. That's okay. Ground up always happens with that stuff. But if you're a established company and you have an idea and you redo the idea just for an IP switch, you got some problems, man.
And it's not like released, you know, like Supercell, like we've heard, they're weird about their stuff, man. Like just because we see this and it looks like a fully fleshed out game does not mean
it may not get released at all.
They'll have it in beta at the end of this month, but it's like it could get killed in beta. Like it's easily, if it doesn't get the attention they want, if it's not up to their standards, they will kill it. And that looks like a game that like people would play and like have.
Yeah,
like that's just how they are. And Supercell hasn't released a game, gone global with a game since Brawl Stars, which was, I mean, when did I played Brawl Stars? Okay, that was a long time ago.
I'm gonna Google it on my phone.
Global release date 2018.
So 5 years ago.
So global release 2018, and that's the last full game that they've like actually like launched, and that was in beta for so long, to the point where people kind of thought that it might not even go global because of how long it was in beta.
Because Supercell has a fun job of just killing games.
Yeah. And Clash Mini, 100%. Clash Mini, which is like a freaking Clash Mini, which is literally at this point like they're gonna add more to it, but it's like a full game now. Like I play it a ton. Like you'll see it like looks. I think it might be updating. Yeah, it is.
No, Clash.
But it's literally auto chess. It's like a Clash auto chess.
Yeah, I remember I watched your guys' channel.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like literally like a fully flushed out, like different minis, like different pieces you can pick so you can switch your comps. Like so many minis in it.
Did they scrap it?
It isn't scrap, but it might get scrapped. Like, it might not go global. It's taken so long it's been in beta for so long, and I've watched it become, like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first played it, I loved it a lot. But they made, like, you used to be able to, like, put your pieces on the board, and every turn you could move where they are, if you want. Then they changed it to like that, but they added like big machines that like 3 big machines that could do certain stuff, and I was like, okay, this is too convoluted. Like, I was like, I stopped playing. I was like, okay, well, I just don't like it anymore. Like, I didn't like that update. Then they took the machines out because I think everybody kind of hated them, and then they made it so when you set a piece down, it's stuck there. So it's like way more strategy of like when you play something somewhere, it's like, oh,
So it's like
you have to
regular
actually,
chess.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's basically just, hey, here's regular chess with
The next turn you move that piece, it's set. It's like in stone, can't move it. And I was like, okay, it adds a lot more strategy. It makes it a lot more fair, less luck, like less RNG based. So I was like, that's cool because there's a lot more strategy and like, do I hold this piece till later? Do I give a turn where I don't put a piece on the board, like stuff like that. So I'm enjoying it again a lot, but it's like we still don't know if that's gonna. It could get killed tomorrow. They could be like, yep. So basically, I think what's happening is they're making. There's 2 assumptions people are saying. They're saying the next update, they're either gonna go global and drop a giant update when they go global, or they're going to drop a giant update, because a giant update's coming. They've said that this month. So, or they're going to drop that update, and if that update doesn't go well, they're going to kill it. This game they've been working on for so long.
That seems like
And they'll pull the plug like no issue.
And it's like, dude, you do realize you spent so much man hours on it, and you're a full team, you're paying these people, and then you just give it up? Like, how is that financially a good decision? Like, that's not.
That's a good question.
How is
like,
that
money-wise?
Yeah, that seems kind of sketchy to me. It's like you guys might be
they got to be raking in. They're making so much money.
Well, they're like the only mobile
But
game
I think it's
company
about
out
their
there.
standard. I don't think it's just about. It's interesting. An interesting topic because they are strange. They're very particular about when they release stuff or don't release stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, you saw the games they've killed, like full flushed out games, pretty much.
Yeah, that's a little.
Obviously, they could be more polished or whatever, but it's like for the most part, it's a game that people would play and be like, "Whoa, like this is cool." But if it's not like Clash of Clans standards, they're like, "Nah."
Dude,
Because Clash of Clans is like easily it still is like their most successful game. Even it's been like 10 years.
Bro, people like something different. What people don't understand is the quality doesn't have to be perfect. Like
Yeah.
I've played plenty of games that are fun that aren't like high, like some aren't even high resolution. Some have some issues, maybe some bugs or something. Like a game, what they don't understand is a game can't be like you can't do that. You can have what you can do is release the game and make a sequel or a reboot of it if you don't like the stuff. So just start out with a game, and there's issues in this version of it. Make a sequel to it. Get rid of the issues. There you go. Problem solved. That's literally, you don't have to dump
That's
a
tough,
whole
though, 'cause
idea.
people are weird now, though, dude. Oh, I see what you mean. Like how they did with Brawl Stars.
Yeah.
They dropped, they killed that beta, and people
Yeah.
were like, "Oh well, I guess Brawl Stars is dead." And then they're like, "Nope, we just re-released it and made it better." Like you're saying, now it's
taking
horizontal.
some feedback.
Now it's graphics are better. Now it's
Taking some feedback. Have some playtesters. Don't have random people who are like, this is what I do. Have in-house playtesters. Don't just be like, dude, we're going to have the serious testing being done by a bunch of players online. I'd have some in-house ones too, because they actually know how the freaking game works. They know how it would be balanced. That's why so many of the games that I liked back then were so good that we liked, like COD and Halo. They used to have like in-house people testing it. They'd have, they'd pick people who know what they're talking about. They're not just picking Joe Schmoes like, dude, what? Oh gosh, one glitch happens? Trash game? Like they'd pick someone who understands this stuff and would release.
what was that freaking thing when we saw Halo Infinite's story gameplay?
Oh yeah, dude, the texture,
Screen popping,
pop texture,
texture popping.
It's like, dude, the only people who
Like game's trash, texture popping.
it's like the worst. You think that's what makes it trash? Now they're praising it up and down. Like, oh, come here, 343, please, please.
They are?
Yes, yes, Queen. I'm saying there's these boys that say that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yes, Queen
huge
boys
fanboy.
coming in, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
you're not making this better. Just like don't you probably made them insecure, insulting their campaign footage. Like, oh, popping textures, like. No wonder no campaigns.
Texture
coming
popping.
out. Yeah, that's your complaint, dude. What
And I was
about
like,
the?
I didn't even notice, but it's also like really early footage. It
Also,
looks that good.
dude, I didn't notice either. I'm like, what are you talking about? Texture popping, like, dude, I've seen texture popping. You know what? Freaking texture pops has terrible frame rates and looks terrible. Breath of the Wild, and people ate that crap up, dude. The game would not run correctly. It just would not run
That
well.
is accurate.
It,
That is
it,
accurate.
and yet people are like, good job, Nintendo, yet they give Halo the
Dude.
crap.
Yeah, dude. Like,
So annoying.
so basically, like what you're saying is it is make it interesting where it's like, okay, you're killing all these titles that look pretty cool. Like some of those looked like good concept,
Oh, yeah.
pretty cool. And I was just like, okay, you're killing all this. And even though we're seeing this Moko game, like a beta's happening, they could kill that. Clash Mini, great
Yeah.
game, they could kill that. You know,
What's the
It's
reason to
basically
be
like-
excited?
I will say that them being like that has definitely made their like the quality of game they put out is usually, if they actually put it out, is like pretty freaking good.
But in a lot of ways,
if they actually release it,
taking risks is your best bet, boy. You gotta take a risk
Like-
sometimes.
like think about this, Clash of Clans. I mean, you play Clash of Clans. Like Clash of Clans is like quality game, very fun. It's as chill as you want it. It's in depth. It's very in depth
Yes.
if you want it to be in depth. And then there's it's progression. Like I've been progressing my base for like years and years since I was like 23, like 24. So it's like I've had this a part of my life for like years. So like it's kind of like grown up with me. It's just like a cool concept. And then you have stuff like then you have Clash Royale, which Clash Royale, I know Matt thinks it's like super dumb, but he also doesn't like mobile games. Like but even he plays Clash of Clans though too, which says something about Clash of Clans. Then you get Clash Royale, freaking phenomenal game, incredibly fun, just setting the bar. Basically made their own genre, like card tower defense, like PvP. Awesome. Then one of the games that changed my life for like, I mean, I grinded it so hard was Brawl Stars. Fantastic game for a cell phone game. Just like made their own thing. It's PvP. It's like a top-down shooter. Just incredible game. But that doesn't mean to say that those other ones weren't close to that being that incredible as well.
No, Castle. You know what's funny? It makes me think of Castle Crush.
Brawl Stars?
No, what'd you say? One had
Oh,
like cards. Yeah.
Clash Royale.
Yeah, Castle Crush is exactly the same.
Yeah, Castle Crush. So many people have copied Clash Royale. It's insane. You got Castle Crush.
Yeah.
There was Castle Crush is one that was actually pretty successful. There's another one though too. There's tons of them. Same thing with Clash of Clans. I mean, the amount
Rise of Kingdoms.
of Clash of Clans copies. At least Rise of Kingdoms did something like semi-different.
So it was what was it like? Like what?
It's way more RTS. Like
Oh,
it's not
dude.
like it's not like it.
That sounds
It's
good.
not like Rise of Kingdoms is pretty cool. Matt and I got pretty into it for a while.
That sounds good.
It is a lot more like Clash of Clans is like you go to a base, you strategically battle that base, and then you're back at your home base.
Yeah.
This is like you could go set your troops on the map, leave them there, have them attack, have them go back up somebody else, send reinforcements to like somebody else, like take territory from like other like places, so you're like battling it out for territory, but in live PvP. So it's like just RTS. Like you're like, oh, I want my guys to go here and guard this, and they'll just go do it. But it's like very time consuming. I mean, like you got to be on top. Like if you want to be good,
This is
because
like,
Matt and I had some crazy adventures in that game, dude. We're talking like Matt lost his account and then had to make another one, but he liked it so much he made another account. And then we like leveled up. We joined a clan. Somebody in my clan. So you could send mail to people in like clans. Somebody in our clan, like, it was. So people would like make alliances. It was like real war. It was like we would make alliances with like other clans. Like we don't attack each other. We don't like attack each other when we're mining for resources. And somebody from that umbrella clan, like somebody in our clan, like the umbrella of our clan, the clan that I was in, because I was in a clan that was like pretty large. Because we originally made our own clan, and it like we were getting members, but like not enough. Like we weren't big enough. And then another clan was basically like, "Hey, we'll envelop your clan if you join it. Like you can join us." Like, me and Matt were like, "Sure." So we joined them. We literally like, you could both, me and Matt could team up and attack other bases. Honestly, that game was freaking fire. But so one of these times, like those types of games get wild. So it's like, somebody in our clan, or like distant, one of our like clan relatives, like attacked me while I was mining, and like took a bunch of my resources, and I was like ticked. So I was like, dude. I checked his clan. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna mail his leader." Like, so I mailed his leader, and I was like, "Hey, like your guy, this guy specifically," and I said where he did it at. I was like, he took a bunch of my loot, attacked my base. Like he knows we're in an alliance. So they teleported me. They like gave me a teleport thing to teleport to where they're at, which was like so far on the map. Because the map is huge, and you actually have to scout the map out to, like, see where things are. So we literally, we scout the map out. I go, they teleport me to where they're at. They attack the guy who attacked me, a bunch of them, until he has nothing. Give it all to me. Then they let me stay there for a few days, and they're just continuously giving me resources, giving me gold, you know, all this stuff, and then they, like, teleport me away. Like, just from all that, it was, like, crazy. And Matt was, like, so jealous. He's like, I wish that guy attacked me. Like, what the crap? And they have the unique commanders in it, too. Like, it's... I know that the trailers are, like, ridiculous.
Oh, dude, yeah, the ads are so bad.
But it is a great game, and it's similar to when me and TJ got really into that Lord of the Rings game that he was trying to get you and Matt into, and like Matt kind of got it. It was like it's similar to that, except the Lord of the Rings one was like really, really in depth. Like you have to spend so much time, and it was fun because you each battle to see who gets the ring at the end, and each clan, you know, there's clans and there's like. It's really strategic, and you got to be really communicative, have people line up with what they're doing. But people who play those games are usually, like, very into, you would just take land and stuff. They're very into the strategy part of it. So a lot of people, like Clash, you'll get a lot of people who won't play for, like, certain amounts of time. Like, maybe they won't play for 4 days, or, like, they don't attack in war. These games, people are like, we're, like, scheduling when we're going to be on with the time difference. To like attack a giant like castle or something like that, and like take over like a bunch of their land. Same with Rise of Kingdoms. And we would take shifts in Rise of Kingdoms. You would take shifts of like you'd get this time and this time where you're like scout. You're like making sure people are safe, and if you see people attacking, you're defending these people and letting us know. So you're like on guard basically for your like.
So
territory.
it's not like a multiplayer RTS where you just pop onto a game, fight a guy, kill him, and then
No, it's like a
move on.
fully living world.
That's what I would
of
do.
like
If I were making a mobile game, I would just make like a traditional RTS where you have, quick, lightning fast matches. Except I'd make the maps a little
that
smaller.
would be cool.
Because I think
That would be cool.
I think it can.
I've always wanted that, something like that.
But I would never do it because, dude, that would be awful
Ton of work,
to
yeah,
program.
sure.
That would be the worst. Imagine trying to do. I can only imagine the networking side of it, dude. It'd be terrible. Oh, I'd have to pay for servers too. Oh, that'd be so bad.
But that game was like very like you could be super casual if you want, but like you got to be careful because is the game it resets, people's lands resets every certain amount every season, so you like not your base but your like the land that you own resets, stuff like that, so you kind of have to like rebuild up in a way, just so not one person is like reigning over all the time. Yeah, that's cool because then it's like it makes it more fair. But if like as things progress, if people start getting more and more violent and like just attacking everything, just pillaging everybody, like so you eventually just aren't very safe. Like my village is probably like totally annihilated in that now. But I spent some money on it. I'll say that.
Oh no.
I don't think as much as I've spent in Clash of Clans, but Supercell basically has really hurt my wallet.
Yeah,
So,
Steam for me has hurt my wallet.
Yeah, you do have a lot of Steam games.
Have I
At least those
played
are actually full. Yeah.
many of them? No.
Anyway, it is interesting when you bring that up because it's like it was probably more of your style of game that you would like.
Yeah,
opposed to-
I was.
I mean, I know you like Clash of Clans, but it's
Yeah,
like
but
I
it's-
feel like that would probably be more your speed if you could pick. Like if you could pick.
Yeah, well, just make it like I said, like I was saying, dude. Just make it like a regular RTS where you just have a short
get
match that you play together. Your clan goes up each time you guys go fight. You can go 2v2s, 3v3s together, and then or whatever amount of characters you want. Like, or you can go 8v8, and then you can
That'd be cool.
just battle each
That'd be,
other.
yeah, that'd be cool. I would play
And
that for
and
sure.
then you'd rebuild the base
I
over
do
and
like
over.
the idea of the like ever-changing map. It's like almost an MMO RTS, basically, where you're like, you can affect the map. You can like.
It's like different maps you pick. It's like a skirmish.
Such a wild.
It's like
Right.
Stronghold skirmish. That's the thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying that. Yeah, Rise of Kingdoms is just
Oh,
honestly pretty phenomenal.
way
game.
better than
I
the
think-
actual ads.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Why are mobile game ads so weird?
Like fake.
Like that aren't like Supercell. Like why are like it's always like people talking like my power. I have 2 million power. Like you can't cut me in line.
They
Like, well,
talk
I
like-
have 10 million power.
They talk
like-
emotionlessly.
What?
Sail away.
Like why is it? But at least that one's better than them. Have you seen the ones I'm talking about? Where they'll be like talking about how much power they have.
I have. It's like YouTubers when they talk. They're like, "Dude,
Dude,
join
some of the
my
best
clan
movie-
in Rise of Kingdoms or whatever."
And sometimes they'll have like voice dub overs, even though the person's English. So it's like
They didn't like his voice.
they'll dub it over for like English, even though it's English. Like so weird.
Yeah, that's. I mean, dude, these are Chinese.
Like almost like they're trying to not have accents or something. Like so they don't have accents. Maybe I don't. It's really freaking weird. And they're
Download.
very low budget.
The worst mobile game ad I've seen is download and solve the puzzles now. Ah!
Oh,
You hear that
yeah.
guy scream or that chick yell, "Help me!" It's so bad, dude. And then you move the.
Wait, that's the one with the freaking. Yeah, that's the one with the. Yeah, that looks so bad. Yeah.
Download and solve the puzzles now. It's like, dude,
Yes,
you
I get
telling
that.
me that doesn't make me want to do it. That's why I
get
got
that
ad
ad.
block.
So much, dude.
I don't care.
What about
That's why I got ad block, so I don't have to hear download and solve the puzzles.
Sail
now.
Away?
Oh, Mafia
Killers are
City.
classic.
Have you seen freaking Mafia City ads?
There's,
Oh my
chicks with,
gosh.
huge boobies for some reason.
Level
in that.
100 boss, level 200 boss.
Yeah, which I
this
can't
guy will
remember.
just hit a wall, and then he'll turn into a level 100 boss. For
And
no
it also
reason.
has nothing to do with the actual game.
No.
The commercial has nothing to do with it.
I heard the game
A
was
lot of
terrible.
those, it's like they'll have film of a game on screen, but it's not what it actually looks like.
Basically what they did was
It's
yeah, they basically made a 3D scene, pretended it was a game, and then went sail away. The guy was literally told to talk about his...
Gotta get my resources.
He doesn't even know what's happening, probably. They just gave him a script.
Honestly, he probably doesn't.
They gave him a script. He's like, what? Sail away? There's no way. And if he actually has real gameplay, he's not playing the game. There's no way this
Legend
guy is
27, that was a good... Legend 27, those were actually good commercials.
That's a better ad than
Those are funny.
freaking Sail Away.
I don't even... What game was that for?
Beats me, dude.
The Legend 27. Was that Rise of Kingdoms?
If that was Rise of Kingdoms,
I don't think it was.
they stepped up their ad game.
Like they really... Yeah, I don't think it was, because the Rise of Kingdoms does that really corny...
Game of War Fire Age. That's what it's called.
Okay. That sounds
Terrible.
super dumb. But
Game of War
commercial's
Fire
fun.
Age.
Yeah, the Legend 27. I'm curious. Game of War. What is it called?
Game of War. Let me see this. It sounds.
I want to see what it looks like.
Game of War.
What is it called?
Fire
There
Age.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I've played this. I played this.
Yeah, that looks.
I played this. It's just like a Clash of Clans ripoff, but like worse. What the?
The censor.
Kate Upton, dude.
Uh,
Man, talk about just like lowering yourself to like a hilariously like
Game of War.
sad point.
Fire Age.
Oh yeah, this game is terrible. Like obviously. Another game trying to copy Clash of Clans. Rise of Kingdoms, dude. I haven't thought about that game in a while. I feel like Rise of Kingdoms would be something like that TJ should stay away from, because I feel like he would love Rise of Kingdoms.
Who's this guy?
Crazy Heroic Anthem, KVK. Oh yeah, Kingdom vs. Kingdom is what it's called. Like when you're all fighting
We're
each
told
other.
that success
Dude,
is all
ads.
about making it on your own.
My main account's got a match found for KVK. Thank freaking goodness. And it's a heroic anthem KVK where I think
Is
we're
this
going
guy
to have
trying to be
fight
like Jack
all
Black or
3
something?
other war camps. So it's like
I don't know. Is
26 or so, 27 billion power for us and like 120 billion power for them. Stick around in this video
Is
for the
KV
details on this KVK. That should be pretty fun. Hint number of kill points there. However, when you try to compare here, it's all powered up.
Oh, he's getting like so into this.
Is if we do a 5% of King, but the new
So
equipment's
KVK
simply
must be
not
like
here yet,
Clan
and I have a
Wars,
pass
maybe?
opening, and you bet that I'm not just gonna sit on
Wow.
300
looks
plus
surprisingly
legendary
good. Why were
Imperials,
the ads so terrible?
right?
I know.
We're gonna take
look,
this shield
Look, it doesn't look
we're
bad
gonna
at all.
flip
that
that
looks
to a fat
phenomenal. Why
attack
didn't you
item.
show that as the ad?
I
later.
don't know. That's what I'm
we know the
saying. Why do they
equipment-
make ads so strange?
Sail away.
Never-ending recovery. 3 months after getting zeroed.
Okay, this process is probably one of the toughest things I have ever done in Rise of Kingdoms, trying to recovering my zeroed account. But as you can see, we are all the way up to 65 million power. In this video, we are going to go over our troops, commanders, equip, special talents only one.
So I didn't know people still played.
This video is gonna, and later I can go
How many
back
players does
and
it have?
sort of deploy that to my main talent build. Okay, and what talents you choose for each commander depends a lot on what you're using them for. If you're using them to fight barbarians, you
Barbarians.
Than 60 million users. overall great game. If you don't try Rise of Kingdoms, you'll end up missing a lot. Please stop looking for other mobile games because you won't find a game like Rise of Kingdoms.
That sounds desperate. Please play the game!
Play it!
Play it, please! That's a great review. Yeah, I think yours was the funniest. Play it! He's like angry. He's like, this guy, dude, you should be a reviewer for mobile games. Play it!
Ow!
That needs to be. We need to have like a highlight reel. I think that's definitely going in it. I say that all the time.
Competitively, the game will eat your time.
I am definitely making a highlight reel. I have to.
Game isn't dead.
COD appears to be struggling more than expected.
COD? You mean Call of Duty?
It's like COD is struggling more than expected.
You can have fun in many ways. You'll meet a lot of people. They become friends or enemies. They come and go, but that's okay. You'll meet more. Expect some toxic shiz. You can experience having an alliance that treats you like a family. Being free to play is also fun, but hard at the same time. Being pay to win takes you to an advantage. A lot of better players. The game will eat your time. Oh. But the game will eat your time.
Burn.
Are even still releasing absolutely pointless, stupid aesthetic content like emojis. Dying games don't do that. The game is viable for high activity, efficient, free to plays. Rise of Kingdoms has never been a casual game ever, however. That is true. Won't be too long till you can play in 2024, though. If 2023 doesn't work out for you, thank you so much. Game isn't dead, but took me 2 years to quit. Game is too addicting.
Too easy to spend
play.
money.
Too easy to play, but ultimately it's a pay-to-win game with free-to-play support and war. Have fun. I just like checking. It's really changed over the last 2 years since I haven't played. Not for the weak. You have to have dedication to the kingdom you are a part of. Ed and pay to win. Gambling addicts. We're the only ones left playing. Anyway. I got a real tangent there.
That was funny though. I like Rise of Kingdoms. Just from looking at it.
That's it's always me having to like try to convince myself not to get it again. Like, okay,
yeah, no, you're being wise. You're being wise about it.
I'm always like, don't need to get into another mobile game that I was into for a while because it is fun.
Those types of games, yeah, you gotta watch.
I don't remember what the reason was for, but I think it was just like, it was just so like it's so much time, like such time.
It's not a game you could just play through and then go or just play a couple games of, be okay with, maybe have a week or 2, 3.
It's not like Clash where you like check your base some days. You maybe do your attacks to get your star bonuses. You do your attacks in war, and then you can pop off. It's like,
or you upgrade stuff.
Like you're checking. You could check constantly. You could just have it open by you at all times and be doing things.
Which in a lot of ways is a better idea, conceptually. If that's the interesting part about mobile games. And next episode, I'll say I will discuss something. That's I'm not going to discuss it now because it would take up like an hour of. It would literally we'd be tangenting for hours because of what it is. But as a preview, I kind of want to talk about the whole the whole microtransaction-y thing. I'm not one of those people I'm not one of those people that hates people for making those, but it's very interesting. Like I wouldn't talk about it.
Heated topic.
Like they would, but I think there are ways it could be made better. There are ways.
Dude, that's a really good topic.
And
so we have to be over that.
Oh yeah,
point,
dude.
Right?
We're basically I'm just waiting until we get hour and 20. That was
what
my
are we at right
point.
now?
Hour 18. It's like that was.
Well, we could just cut it off, but dude, good topic. We'll have to remember that because we should talk about that next week.
I think
that. Is a heated topic.
It's an interesting topic it has a big history too, dude. Like it goes back to like 2017. That's when it really started.
And mobile gaming can be real scummy. with it,
Very
too.
predatory. Yeah, I actually
Yes,
talked about
and
that.
The kids play the games. I mean, but that's we can say that for next week. So God bless, guys.
God bless,
We're back.
peeps.
I should say Seth's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
And we'll see you next week.
See you next week.